at the moment in time at the conference, because there was a huge 1-to-10 ratio, 1 guy to 10 female ratio, there were a lot of women reaching out to the guys, especially in the early stage. So as a maintenance scheduler and as someone who likes to play around with Excel, I basically put everything in an Excel spreadsheet, had formulas on who may be the number one person who might be my Christian wife, based off of, especially, again, our non-negotiable lists. Totally recommend anyone to do that. That was also the time when people reaching out to me, I was also reaching out to people, and I reached out to Ira. Saw that she was in Europe. Her location was Ukraine, and I was in Europe as well. So I reached out and just said hi. I see that you were in Heart of Dating, and you're part of the people in Europe, and wanted to get to know you. Slid her in DMs in Instagram. So what were your first impressions with whenever I just...
Yes, so I got a message, and it was in the middle of like a busy day actually. So I got a message and I read it, and I was like, oh, it's from someone I don't know, some guy. And it said that, hey, I found you on Heart of Dating, and I saw that you were in Europe. So he stated clearly like why he's texting me, where he found my contact. And I actually appreciated that, because I know I would have some guys sometimes reach out, not from that same conference, but just overall throughout the time. There would be guys who would be like, hi. And I'm like, I don't know you. Please state your purpose. So I would never want to reply. Yeah, I would never want to reply. So I remember when I saw your message, first it surprised me that you were so intentional, that you like said like why you texted me. And that made me want to reply, even though I did wait today. Not purposefully. I think I just like put it off, and I was like, I'm going to reply later. And then I got to it the next day.
I started with the hardest questions. I thought it'd be good to start with some hard questions. And that got me into the friend zone. Well, you texted, just you're looking for some friends. But it is, it was a safe thing to do, because there were a lot of people on that app or on that conference who were wanting a ring by spring. And that is not how Ira was wired at the time.
Yeah. It was funny how you say that we had those like serious questions, because he would ask me like, oh, how many kids do you want? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just met you. Yeah. I don't think I'm ready to talk about that. But we kept on just texting for I think about a week, and I guess it was a very interesting stage, and because for me, I didn't want to be texted as much as you were texting me, and as sometimes like very, I guess it wasn't like super deep questions, but it was something like you were trying to get to know me quickly, and for me it was like, okay, well, like let's hold back. But I feel like I grew to like the attention just without even understanding it. And I remember I got a message from you that after a week or so that, hey, I am going to be talking to someone else right now. Like we're getting a little more serious, so I don't want to be texting any other people. So when I heard that, it was a really beautiful message. I feel like it's something that, a person who is, starting some relationship with someone, it would be great that they do that. But for me, I read that and I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. I kind of liked you in a way of, I like the attention, but I feel like that break was really good. Yeah. So what happened during the break?
So during the break, it was, again, there were a lot of people who wanted a ring by spring, and I, at the same time, apparently had the same attitude, but when you have two people who want a ring by spring, you get a fast infatuation. So this person I was talking to, I found it that we just got serious very quickly. I thought it was the respectful thing to cut off all communication from other people. So that's why I respectfully told Ira that, hey, I'm pursuing someone. But it only happened to be a week because I shared my testimony about my relationship baggage, sexual baggage of the past, and at the time I was the person was a pastor's kid, so I thought, okay, I was more like judging myself because I thought, well, I don't deserve this. She's probably someone who's never dated anyone, or she probably doesn't want to deal with this baggage. So I left. I left the relationship because I felt a lot of shame and a lot of guilt still from my past actions, and I was judging myself very harshly rather than hearing, what God's word saying that He has created us as new creatures. But that gave us time for 2 weeks. And at the time I was vowing to the Lord that whoever I'm going to commit to next, I'm going to commit to wholeheartedly, and that the person who's going to cut that off would be the woman instead of me next. But at the time I also made a vow to do a 6 month of singleness.